thing. I will be going live on YouTube now and
TikTok.
TikTok as well. So whichever one you're able to get to quicker. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Jacobs, professional storm responders. Trying to hurry up and get this live out here. We do have some severe weather ongoing across
Sorry.
Missouri. Did want to say thank you for tuning in, whether you're here on TikTok or whether you're over on YouTube. Greatly appreciated to have you here this evening. We'll get right into it. One tornado warning on the board. We did have one earlier that was a very quick spin up, didn't do a whole lot of anything. This one is definitely organizing very quickly. That's why we decided to come on and talk about this. As you can see, you do have your tilt, you do have your inflow. Here would be your potential tornado right in this general area right here. As you can see, that's a pretty well-defined hook. We'll look at our velocity scans to see what is going on. And a significant amount of rotation embedded in this thunderstorm. Would not be surprised if this does go confirmed or warned on the ground, or warned or for being on the ground here shortly. There is significant rotation within this thunderstorm here. It's going to be located west of Hartville, moving northeast. Let me get you a. It just went observed at 6:44. Confirmed tornado was located 8 miles north of Seymour, 10 miles southeast of Marshfield. So if you're in those areas, make sure you're getting to your safe spot. Once again, this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. Sorry, I said I was going to get you the motion. Moving northeast at 65, so very fast moving storm here.
I do have you live on my phone as well.
So this is going to be cooking and booking. So looking ahead, if you're driving on Highway 5 north of Hartville, please stop now. Don't go any further north. If the next over 2.5-inch hail, which means the size of a tennis ball, is what is going to be tracking in your current direction. Once again, if you're just tuning in, this is a confirmed tornado on the ground, northeast of Springfield, Missouri. Just to give you a quick overview of what's going on, do have several tornado watches for this evening. And several severe thunderstorm warnings in Iowa and Missouri currently. This is all going to be tracking in the general direction of St. Louis. So St. Louis Metro, if this holds together, this is going to pack a punch because we've had 60, 70 mile an hour wind gust and a confirmed tornado on the ground. So just everything, just get you caught up really quick as to what you're seeing here. But we're going to put this in motion here. And this is from the same system that spun up the tornado warning near Springfield a little while ago. That did not produce a tornado, but this one definitely did. And you can see as it left Springfield, it definitely ramped back up, and now a confirmed tornado on the ground. Once again, we'll get you some locations. Duncan and Groves Spring, if you're in those locations, seek shelter. This tornado is moving fast. You're not going to have time to waste before you get in your tornado shelter. I'm not sure if anybody on the team is tuned into TikTok, but I can't see if we have any questions or anything. So if somebody could let me know.
I'm watching it. No questions yet.
Okay, good. Thank you. Much appreciated to everybody on the team tuning in and helping out with this. Like I said, this was we knew today was going to be a pretty busy day with severe weather. We'll get into tomorrow here in a little bit. Tomorrow is going to be a very significant day for severe weather. Possible debris signature here right along Highway 5. I would venture to guess that our debris signature is going to be this right here. Some of this is going to be clutter through here, but if I were to guess, that's our debris signature. So we do have debris on a loft, which means buildings, trees, all that have been damaged. Ashland, Mississippi. So right now, today, you should be okay. It should stay well off to your north. Tomorrow is the day you guys need to worry in Mississippi. While I know Ashland's a little north of the high risk area, it's still going to be a significant risk for people in that general area. So, need to think about possible tornado shelters if you're not in a sturdy structure. Just not stocking up on water, but making sure you have water in your shelter, maybe some non-perishable food items in case you're stuck there for a while. If you have children, make sure you cover their heads if something is coming in your direction. This way, the biggest killer during tornadoes is people being hit with debris or something and getting killed by head injuries. So, that is what I can tell you. I'm not saying you won't get any severe thunderstorms or anything tonight in that area, but the big thing is tomorrow will be a bigger threat for you in Mississippi. Getting back to this observed tornado, still appears to be on the ground. Still, not a whole lot has changed on its radar signature. As you can see, the reds touching the greens. Well, maybe we'll get it here. Sorry, guys. The reds touching the greens right here indicate a tornado. So right here is going to be your tornado. Just north of 38 and tracking to the northeast. Once again, if you're on Highway 5, which is right through here, stop. If you're coming south out of Evergreen or north out of Hartville, stop your car now. Make sure that you are out of the path of this tornado. Stay Hartville or south or Evergreen north.
Scan on this tornado warning.
What's good, Cody and Hunter? Hopefully you guys are doing good. Like I said, if you're just now tuning in, not sure how many people we have across both platforms, but this is a confirmed tornado along a line extending all the way back here. We'll do a quick national look at radar, and I mean, this goes all the way back to basically Arkansas, Branson, Missouri there, all the way up into Iowa. So a big area of severe weather, and as you can see, as the low pressure is here and down here, what's happening is you're kind of getting almost like a hurricane motion within this area, line of thunderstorms. So the other big thing that we're not talking a lot about, because we have a confirmed tornado, but a lot of these areas are going to get a lot of rain, and the flooding risk will become bigger as the night goes on too. So did just want to point that out to everybody. But let's get right back to this confirmed tornado here. Why did it go to winter weather? It's not going to help us. Velocity. LaGrange. LaGrange, Georgia, you're good tonight. Tomorrow, you guys aren't going to be in the high risk, but you could still see some thunderstorms, maybe a little bit of damaging wind. But tonight, you should be good, Cody, and not a whole lot to worry about. But tomorrow, you may get some thunderstorms that pop up in your area for tomorrow. So that is your area. It does kind of look like this is broadened out a little bit. So, nope. Kelsey, you're going to be just to the south of the high risk for tomorrow. So you're going to be in a moderate risk, which is a 4 out of 5, which is the next closest to a high risk you can be. That's why I said you still need to have a plan in place and
Still showing a very tight
be
coupling gate to gate here. Rotation bolt.
be ready and prepared for tomorrow in advance. So.
Who's that question?
Yeah, yep, that's what I was saying, Cody. Actually, we can do this really quick. Not a whole lot's changed. I've kind of shouted out some of the areas out front. So we'll go down here really quick on my radar, I can pop up the risk for tomorrow, and you can see. So the high risk is gonna cover places like Jackson, Philadelphia, Mississippi. Any of you that were alive for the 42711 outbreak, you're gonna remember that this area was hard hit with some F5 tornadoes and stuff up in north of I'm not sure, Kevo. I think you'll be good either way. You're out in California, so I don't think you're going to be affected. But, oh goodness, why is it slipping my mind? Well, you know, this whole area, Tuscaloosa got hit with the F4. Birmingham got hit with the same tornado. Phil Campbell, that's the F5, the Phil Campbell tornado. So a lot of these same areas from the 42711 outbreak are under high risk for tomorrow, but LaGrange being right here, Cody, you're in a 4 out of 5. I agree with that, and definitely want to keep an eye on things for you. I don't know if you're going to have the kids tomorrow or not, but definitely have a plan in place for you as well. And then looking back here into Mississippi, if I'm in the state of Mississippi, period, tomorrow's the day I'm definitely keeping an eye out on things, because even if you're not in this high risk down here, I mean, there's still a good chance for some severe weather across the entire state tomorrow. So that is the look for tomorrow. So everybody that asked that question, I know where you live, make sure you got a plan in place and you are ready to go in case something does come up. So let me go back to today and get all the warnings back up here. Let me go back up to our tornado warning here. So if you're just tuning in, Matthew Jacobs, professional storm responders, do have a confirmed tornado on the ground with baseball-sized hail at this point, 2.75-inch hail. This storm was located northwest of Hartville, or 15 miles east of Marshfield, moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. You don't have time to stop and wait for this tornado. 55 miles an hour is country road or state highway speed, so I mean it's going to keep up with you pretty quick. Does look like this storm is tilting more toward Plato than Evergreen. Not going to say not to get in your safe spot if you're in Evergreen, but Plato definitely looks like where the tornadic storm is tracking toward, more so than Evergreen. But even if you're not in a tornado warning right now or have a confirmed tornado tracking in your direction, a lot of these thunderstorms have 70+ mile an hour wind. And if you've tuned into the professional storm responders, will tell you sometimes as big as the straight line winds can be, as widespread, sometimes they can be worse than tornadoes. So just something to consider while you may not be in the tornado area this evening. There's still a chance for you to get damaged because of how bad the winds are this evening. Oh, thanks for the heart, me, Kelsey. Much appreciated. Guys, anything you do give goes right back into our team, whether it be equipment or, throwing a little gas money when we go out in the field. All of it's greatly appreciated. And just so you know, we don't ever make profit off of this. This all goes right back into our team. Oh, thank you guys for the tiny dinies. Once again, it's all greatly appreciated. And once again, it all goes right back into team expenses. So greatly, greatly appreciated. Still showing this tornado on the ground. Let's take a look at our correlation coefficient, which is where we go to look to see if there's still debris. Yeah, that looks like a pretty well-defined debris signature here, right along Highway 5. Hopefully nobody was driving out there, them dumping stuff. Well, thank you, Cody. W Watcher. You guys are the best. So, with that being said, it does look like this storm is starting to weaken a little bit. Definitely not going to say, hey, it's nothing to worry about. But, It does show signs of weakening. Still a pretty tight couplet, but it is starting to show signs of weakening right here. And that is going to be tracking toward Durban. St. George is going to be close to you. Jerktail. What a name for a town. Bernie Ford. Up into Mingsville. So a lot of smaller communities. But if you live there, these storms are tracking in your direction. And like I said a few minutes ago, even if this tornado does lift off the ground, you're still going to have the possibility of baseball-sized hail and 70-mile-an-hour winds, which can do damage in and of itself. Really quick, I'm going to thank you so much for all your information, Al. Much appreciated. Jackson, Mississippi can see some severe thunderstorm warnings. I don't think the tornado threat is going to be huge tonight. I know that the National Weather Service has said, we'll show this really quick. We'll switch over to this, the tornado threat. I do know that they're calling for, even for your area, tonight, overnight into tomorrow morning, Hunter and Kelsey. Sorry, my mind shut down for a second. 15% hatched risk for tornadoes. But watching the way this system is set up tonight, I see them moving that tornado threat down as the evening progresses because, as you can see, nothing is really firing up right now. Now, overnight, make sure you have a way to get alerts, whether it be your phone. We recommend one of these. Here, I'll show you really quick. I know I don't have mine plugged in, so practice what you preach, right? But the NOAA weather radio, I would recommend anybody having one of these in their house. It's loud and obnoxious when it goes off, but it serves its purpose. It wakes you up out of bed and gets you to go to your safe spot. So other than that, if you have an Amazon Alexa, you can now set it to where she will tell you alerts out loud if you set the skill. So any of those things are great to have. And then weather apps on your phone will alert you. But I'm pretty sure the WEA, you can find them on Amazon. I think they still sell them at Walmart. I'm not sure. I haven't had to look for one in so long. I know the last couple ones we got for giveaways we've got them on Amazon. So that's the best place I can tell you to look. But I'm not going to say a tornado can't happen in this area, but as the day has went on, it just looks like, let's go back. I'll show you the national radar. It's called the MRMS. Yes, we're starting to see some stuff pop up here in the Memphis area. We'll continue to monitor it, but right now it just doesn't look like a whole lot's firing off. At 7:03, that kind of, the heating of the day's done. And a lot of times when the sun goes down, you lose that volatility. Not saying you can't see anything, and like I said, we'll be here to monitor it. But as of right now, I'm just not seeing this threat, in western Tennessee or Mississippi. But like I said, things are always subject to change, and things can happen really quick. Good news is it does look like this tornado polygon box is starting to shrink, which means I don't know why it always pops up winter weather. That's so funny to me. It could possibly mean that, they're saying this tornado's back off the ground. That's what I was thinking. So they may allow this tornado warning to expire, which is good news for everybody in this general area here. So other than that, like we talked about before, do have a lot of severe thunderstorm activity with 60, 70 plus mile an hour winds, which can do the same amount of damage as an EF0, EF1 tornado. So, and when you have that over, basically 2/3 of the state of Iowa and a large portion of Missouri, that's a lot of area getting a lot of heavy winds at once. So just something to keep in mind. You don't always need a tornado to do a lot of damage.
See what Hunter said. And then
You boys ain't ready.
yeah, we bought and an F2 dropped straight down on us last year.
Yeah, because somebody couldn't wait for it to track closer, so. No, they're saying the tornado is still observed. I swear when I just clicked on it, it said it wasn't. So, my apologies. Still an observed tornado on the ground. I promise you, it just said it wasn't. But if you're in Wright County, I know it says it's staying over mainly rural areas, which is a good thing. But still, there are people that live out there in Jerktail, so they need to be careful. But it does appear that they haven't extended this tornado warning out yet, so pretty curious to see what they're going to do, because if there is a tornado, it's right at the edge of the polygon box here, so somewhere in this general area, and I'm telling you, I would venture to bet with how broad that rotation is.
Volumetric scan, it's showing still pretty significant rotation up to 25,000 foot with upper atmosphere rotation up to 60,000 foot.
Right through here, that's going to be a pretty significant tornado, size-wise. Just by looking at where this rotation is at, this could be a pretty significant size tornado. I still think this is going to be close to Plato. If you're in or near the Plato area, or Plato, I'm not sure, how people pronounce the same word 57 different ways. So make sure you're taking cover. You know what? Let me go over here and make sure I'm not missing anything on YouTube yet. No, nothing to speak of. I'm just going to pop that chat over here. So this way, oh, can't do it. Never mind. Just have to remember to go back and look every so often. And for those of you who are hearing Al, one of the founding members, talk about RFD, that's your rear flank downdraft. So quickly give you an anatomy of a tornado. So you have if there's a tornado still on the ground, it's going to be somewhere right in there. Your RDF, your rear flank downdraft, is going to be all back through here. It's a lot of times the most significant winds you experience during a tornado, to be honest with you. Sometimes RDF is worse than the actual tornadic winds. So just something to keep in mind. Not saying I want to be in the middle of a tornado, but I definitely don't want to be caught in the RDF either. So I'm just going to hold for any questions or anything like that. Oh, well, at least wear a hard hat or something, Hunter. That's if you're going to be outstanding in it. I mean,
safety glasses too.
Yeah, safety glasses, but sometimes seeing's overrated, right, Hunter? So looks like there's 7 minutes left in this warning. I can't believe it. They're still saying there's a tornado on the ground. They haven't extended this tornado warning yet.
You had a question about what is Atlanta, Georgia going to be looking like?
Atlanta? Well, if you ever been there, I'm just kidding. Atlanta for tonight? Good thing is it looks like Atlanta is going to not even be in the general thunderstorm risk. Today, Atlanta should be good. Let me look for tomorrow for you. Is this somebody new?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, thanks for joining. Atlanta tomorrow. Now, you're going to see a moderate risk, which is a 4 out of 5. Yeah, a 4 out of 5 on the west side. On the east side, you're going to be in an enhanced risk. So, still a significant chance to see severe weather in the Atlanta area tomorrow. Possible long track tornadoes, damaging winds, damaging hail. So if you're in the Atlanta metro area, it looks like if you're in Mableton, Lithia Springs, Douglasville, all those places just to the west of downtown, you're going to be in the moderate risk. Downtown and east, you're going to be in the enhanced risk. But all that being said, all threats are on the table for Atlanta Metro for tomorrow. Today, you're good. You might see some rain, maybe a crack of thunder, but as far as any severe weather potential for tonight, you're good.
They want to know if we'll be live tomorrow.
Oh, there's a good chance we'll be live tomorrow for sure. I mean, with the high risk being all over in Mississippi and Alabama, there's going to be a lot of weather developing, so we probably will be live for a good part of tomorrow.
It's our new person, and they want to know about that area in Georgia.
Conyers, I can look it up and let you know. C-O, help me out. N-Y-E-R-S. Got it. Let's see here. Conyers. So you're on the east side, so you're going to be in the enhanced risk. But with all that being said, still the chance for some tornadoes, hail, damaging wind. Definitely something to keep an eye on overnight into tomorrow as the day progresses.
Another new one.
West Tennessee tonight and tomorrow. That's the wild card for me. I know they have West Tennessee in the moderate risk for tonight. But I don't see a whole lot that screams tornado. I know you're in a 15% hatched risk, so the chance is there for tornadic activity. The one thing I will say is, and they did extend this tornado warning. It's back to radar indicated. I did want to get to that really quick. Michelle, I'll get to you in 1 second. Yes, no problem. West Tennessee, I do think you're going to get some thunderstorm activity, but it's going to be after midnight. So my thing would be make sure you have a way to get alerts, and alerts that are going to wake you up and really get you to get out of the bed quick. I don't think that the tornado threat, as far as like a bunch of tornadoes, is there, but I do think the possibility of a tornado and maybe a damaging tornado is in the forecast, but not 50, 60 tornadoes, anything like that. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. And then somebody asked about St. Louis. Well, thank you. First of all, thank you all for tuning in. It means a lot to us to have new people here. If you like what you see, please click the follow button. It means the world to us. Right now, I will tell you, there is a lot of instability in the atmosphere. We did just have a tornado on the ground back north and east of Springfield. That's all tracking in your direction. Let me pull up reflectivity here. Sounds like the neighbors are having a good time out there. Give me 1 second. You're going to get heavy winds, thunderstorms right now, and it doesn't look like there's anything that's going to stop these storms from continuing to track toward St. Louis Metro. You're going to see $half size to, what do we see? Baseball-sized hail, 70-mile-an-hour plus wind gust, and the chance for tornadoes are there. Like I said, we just had a tornado drop down right through here near Plato. Still looks like there is a significant hook, so even though it's back off the ground, there's a chance this storm could recycle and produce another tornado. But the least you can see in St. Louis tonight, you're going to get some damaging wind, damaging hail, but the tornado threat is there. So that is the best I can tell you about St. Louis. And then somebody asked me about tomorrow for Western Tennessee. I think it's going to be a little bit more quiet of a day for you tomorrow afternoon into evening. But at the same time, I think you can see some thunderstorm activity tomorrow. Let me go back and look at this
You're
here.
welcome, Michelle.
You're going to be parts of Western Tennessee are going to be in a moderate or an enhanced risk for tomorrow, so 3 out of 5. So I would say some thunderstorms, maybe some severe thunderstorms. But if you're east of Memphis or Dyersburg, or Paris, you're more likely. If you're in those areas, you're more likely to see less chance for severe weather. But Nashville, all the way over into Knoxville is the greater area for severe weather tomorrow for western Tennessee. I'm sorry, I know you asked for tomorrow, so sorry I didn't answer that when you first asked. So Michelle was from St. Louis?
Yes.
Yeah, what I will tell you is you are good now, but
She wouldn't know about the wind. She said it's really windy there.
oh yeah, for sure. Let me put up the watch box for you. You guys are in a tornado watch for the next 3 hours and 45 minutes. So that'd be midnight my time, 11 o'clock your time. Right now, these storms are about to be knocking on your door here. Jeff City.
Here, you have a couple new ones.
Thanks for Brownsville, Tennessee, and Bowling Green, Kentucky. Hold on, let me see what is the tornado threat early AM or tomorrow afternoon. Give me 1 second. Hold on, we have a second tornado warning. Let me read this out really quick. National Weather Service in St. Louis has issued a tornado warning for Callaway and Montgomery counties until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 7:15. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 8 miles south of Fulton, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. The hazard is a tornado. This is radar indicated rotation. Once again, National Weather Service in St. Louis has issued a tornado warning for Callaway and Montgomery counties until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Radar indicated, I'm sorry, I forgot to read how fast it was moving. 60 miles an hour. So once again, this is almost highway speed. Do not wait to get in your safe spot. This is going to be tracking near Montgomery City, Fulton, Troy, those areas. That's weird. Troy and Middletown are that close together over here like it is back home. So if, Michelle, you're still here, you can see these are getting closer to St. Louis. Now, this tornado warning is going to track off to your north and east, but I'm just saying you can see how these tornadoes or these thunderstorms are starting to spin up the closer they get to St. Louis. So definitely make sure you're keeping an eye on it. Okay, so Bowling Green, Kentucky, and Brownsville, Tennessee, correct? Rachel?
Yes.
Brownsville, Tennessee. So Brownsville, you guys are Western Tennessee. This is going to be an overnight event. We were just talking about that area. While I don't see this being a widespread tornado threat where there's going to be 10, 15 tornadoes, I do think the possibility of 1, 2, 3 bigger tornadoes could happen. Not saying I'm guaranteeing it or anything like that. There is going to, just like everybody else tonight, you can almost take it to the bank. If you get a thunderstorm, there's going to be big wind and big hail associated with it, with a possibility of a strong tornado or two happening in your area. Bowling Green, Kentucky, from what I remember looking at earlier, you guys are going to be clear. It's going to be an overnight into tomorrow morning, and then it's going to be twofold. I think you guys are going to get a secondary event later in the day. So, but I think your biggest chance for severe weather is going to be overnight after midnight into tomorrow morning. Once again, damaging wind and hail. A little bit less of a tornado threat, but one can't be ruled out in your area for tonight. Going back and looking at these tornado warnings, both of them are still radar indicated, which is good. Did have a touchdown earlier, so. Let me take these watches off. Do we have any other questions at this time? Let me go to YouTube and see if anybody's
It's just me and Kelsey over there.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we've had 8 views, so not bad for a YouTube live for us. But any other questions on TikTok currently?
I'm looking.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead and we'll look at this. Let me mute it here. But Nathan Moore is out in the field. Just wanted to see what he had on live, so we could get some eyes on it. Right now, can't really see anything as far as rotation or anything.
Kelsey said that
embedded.
They were asking how St. Louis was looking for later.
St. Louis?
Thank you, Kelsey.
Once again, we just talked about St. Louis. I will just tell you, definitely with these tornadoes spinning up back to your west, southwest. I would go ahead and get my safety plan in place. Best case scenario, you get some damaging wind and hail. You are going to get storms in St. Louis. That is a fact. That will happen. Whether it be a tornado or a thunderstorm, that's the question. But with 70-mile-an-hour winds and baseball-sized hail with some of these thunderstorms, you have a chance of, even with a severe thunderstorm, having a chance for damage in the St. Louis metro area. All this is about to be on the east side of Jefferson City, so it's going to be between Jefferson City and St. Louis, and there's nothing that right now is showing that it should inhibit any of this from continuing to be severe in nature. Do you mind grabbing me my Gatorade, please?
I will.
I meant to bring it in here. I'm sorry.
I got you.
If there are any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out. Do my best to bounce back and forth here. Hopefully I've answered everybody's questions. And
Currently we have 85 watchers.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for all the new people tuning in. My name's Matt Jacobs. We're the professional storm responders. Doing live coverage. We did have a tornado on the ground. Still 2 tornadoes. Sorry, I really needed that drink. Two tornado warnings. Tennessee ball hail. We've got 70+ mile-an-hour winds with most of these thunderstorms. So even if you're not in a tornado warning, a lot of damage will be done tonight with these thunderstorms. So make sure, if you can, be inside and in a sturdy structure throughout the night. Central Western Louisiana looking for later on tonight. So Louisiana should be a thunderstorm event today. I'd be way more worried about tomorrow. We'll go look at tomorrow really quick for Louisiana. As you can see, you're just on the edge of a high risk, but you are in an enhanced risk for tomorrow. So the chance to see long track damaging tornadoes, damaging wind and damaging hail will be greater tomorrow. Tornadoes likely by Chesterfield, Missouri. Let me look that up really quick. Sorry, I'm not sure where some of these places are at. So Chesterfield, Missouri. There it is. Let's see here. So
Thank you, everybody, for all the new followers.
So you're on the west side of St. Louis. So same exact thing I said about St. Louis. Damaging wind and damaging hail is probably going to be your best case scenario. I'm not going to rule out a tornado, a brief spin up, or a tornado anywhere near the St. Louis area. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the chance is there. So I'm not going to tell you it's not. What I would suggest, with everything off to your west right now, if you're in St. Louis or anywhere in the area of St. Louis, go ahead and have your plan in place. I'm not saying go run in the basement now. I'm not saying you have to go seek shelter, but get your plan in place and be ready as this stuff tracks into your area. Bowling Green, Missouri. Gotcha, my friend. Bowling Green. You don't know how bad I wanted to type Ohio, since that's where we're from. Bowling Green, Missouri. Well, you're in the same boat too. You have this tornado warning to your south and east that's tracking in your direction. It's radar indicated rotation, so there's no tornado on the ground. Give me 1 second. Your mom. So should I call you mommy then? Is that but it's all tracking in your location, especially that tornado warning. And embedded in that tornado warning, there's 1.5 inch hail, 70-mile-an-hour wind. So Bowling Green, this is knocking on your door. go ahead and get a plan in place and be ready in case this tornado does track in your area. Bonnetary, Missouri. Bonnetary. Oh, you're right there in the same boat. You do have a tornado warning tracking in your direction if it holds together. But even if it doesn't, you still have 2.5-inch hail, 70-mile-an-hour winds tracking in your direction. So if you can, go ahead and get inside a sturdy structure. Stay with us. But as it gets closer, maybe tune into your local TV and all that. And hopefully you can stay safe. But yeah, that's going to be the main threat, and the possibility of tornadoes. The spin ups are there. And then that was Caseyville, Illinois. I got you, my friend. Caseyville, Illinois. It just went away. Caseyville, Illinois. There it is. So
Your mom said thank you.
You're very welcome, Mom. You're just on the east side of St. Louis. What I'll tell you is I got to go back to day one. That'll help out a lot. You are in the moderate risk too. So as this tracks across the river, a lot of the same things should be in place for you. Significant wind and hail. Tornado threat is not huge, but it's there. I did that with my hands. I had to.
Please don't.
It's going to be huge. Anyway, but the threat for a tornado to spin up is still there. I'm not saying you will get a tornado, but the threat is there. But damaging wind, damaging hail. Anybody from St. Louis or from where we're at now on the east side of St. Louis all the way through Illinois, you're going to see some wind and hail. It's going to probably do some damage. You may have some power outages. So make sure you have some water with you in case you do have to get to your shelter. If you have smaller kids, baseball bat, bicycle helmet, something to protect their head, because the biggest threat and killer during tornadoes is damage falling on somebody's head. So, make sure if you need to, some non-perishable food, maybe some granola bars or something in case you get stuck, and it's going to be a couple days for you to be able to get out of there. That's one thing I would suggest too. Just just in case you get buried in debris.
Hey Kelsey, what was that? The gift that he just got? I'm not familiar with them. I was getting ready to show him, and then it just disappeared.
Well, until I know what it is, thank you guys so much for the gift. It's greatly appreciated. Everything goes right back into our team and our operations to help keep stuff like this going. Or when we're in the field, it all goes right back into it. Oh, thanks for the hand heart. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, the way we have to set up now, the way TikTok is, we have to have 10,000 followers to be able to go live on TikTok Studio. So for now, we're set up with a phone pointed toward the radar. Hopefully this is working out good for you guys, and hopefully I'm getting all your questions answered in a timely manner. As you can see, one tornado warning did fall off the board. We still have that tornado warning over near Montgomery City. Still radar indicated. Moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. So over there in Bowling Green, as you can see if you're still watching, this is just outside. It looks like just outside of your county. So if this does continue to track the way it does and holds together, you will have a tornado warning in the very near future with this moving at 60 miles an hour. How bad will it be? Fayette County, Georgia. Tomorrow night, what I will tell you is I did look at Atlanta earlier. On the south or on the west side of Atlanta, the threat for tornadic activity is greater. Moderate risk, 4 out of 5 for tomorrow. Damaging wind, damaging hail will all be threats tomorrow. Some tornadoes can and will be long track damaging tornadoes. So that is kind of what I'm seeing there. Central Illinois, moderate risk tonight. Can't rule out a tornado. Can't rule out any threat for tonight. Damaging wind, damaging hail. I know I sound like a broken record, but that is what you're going to see in Central Illinois. Bloomington area, yep, right here. And these storms are moving fast. So even though it looks like it's far away, 60, 70 mile an hour for storms, I mean, that's just a few hours away from you. So be prepared in advance, have your plan in place, and be ready. Fulton County, you're good now. Atlanta, Fulton County area, you're not even under a thunderstorm risk for tonight. You may see maybe a rumble of thunder, some rain roll through, but nothing significant for tonight. You're very welcome. Where's the storm at now? I'm in St. Louis. So Jefferson City-ish. Some of this is near Fulton, all tracking in your direction. But this tornado warning down here, it's observed. So let me talk about that, and I'll get right back to your question. Confirmed tornado warning for Pulaski and Phelps County until 8:15. Geez, I guess we went in a time machine. 7:30, a tornado-producing storm was located near Fort Leonard Wood, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. This is a radar-confirmed tornado. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. Velocity, and let me make sure I'm on the right radar site. Get a good look at it. Well, so this storm is going to be right there where the reds are touching the greens. And what reds and greens represent, in case you're new to learning radar, our greens are everything that's moving toward the radar. Reds are everything that's moving away from the radar, and right there. So it's winds going in both directions. And when they kind of meet in the middle, they curve, and that's where we get our rotation from. So that is where the confirmed tornado is. That's going to track off to the north of St. Louis, but Bowling Green, remember we were just talking about you earlier. If you're still here, this tornado is now on the ground and tracking in your direction. So if it holds together, Bowling Green will be the next county. Oh, Fulton, Missouri. I'm so sorry. Callaway County, Fulton County, Callaway County. Could you give me, you don't have to give me your city, but can you give me a city nearby? Did the tornado just hit Lebanon? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with a lot of cities in Missouri, so I'm going to have to type it in and look it up. I don't think it did. I think the first time this tornado touched down, it was on the other side of Missouri. I think it was near, whatever the bigger city is over there. But I don't think it did, but I can't say no either. But this it was back near Plato on the southeast or southwest side of Plato. So I think it was after it got on the other side of It was on the other side of Highway 5. So I don't believe it got hit because it did not go confirmed until it was past Hartville and near Plato. So no, I don't think it did get hit. Now, it may have taken wind damage, but not tornadic damage. Now that I've got my bearings and saw where I was at. Okay. Mississippi just got a tornado watch until 3 a.m. I'm in Cali, just wanted to check. Oh, no worries. No worries at all. Let me do buddy. Eventually I'll click on the right thing, I promise. So it does show still just to the west of Edgar Springs. Looks like this is going to pass just to the east of St. Robert and
One tornado warning got extended.
Rolla.
Covering over towards Rolla.
You're on deck, Newburgh, Doolittle. If you know anybody there, get on the phone and let them know this tornado is on the ground and tracking in their direction. Beyond that, if you're outside, 2.5-inch hail or tennis ball sized hail is currently falling with that storm as well. So that is the latest there. Richmond, Indiana. If you're still here, Crystal, I'm very sorry. I can't keep my YouTube chat open for some reason. Richmond, I think you're going to be okay tonight.
That is an observed tornado as well.
Tomorrow, I think you could see some thunderstorm activity. I don't think it's going to be great, but I do think it's going to be
Go ahead and finish your sentence.
a big threat for Richmond, Indiana. The chance to see a severe thunderstorm is there, but not great. Whoa. Not even going to try to pronounce that dinosaur name you just typed in for a city there. Opelousas. OP, spell it for me. Since you took it. Oh, there it is. Louisiana.
That's bad when the radar's like, this is the only one.
Yeah, well, OP, we know. So you're in a slight risk. So the threat for
stations, QSTL stations, the National Weather has issued a tornado watch.
tornadic threat's not going to be terrible for you guys. It's going to be an overnight event. Tomorrow, I would be definitely way more concerned for tomorrow than today. If I was in Louisiana, tomorrow you're going to be in a moderate risk with the chance of long track damaging tornadoes, large hail, and damaging wind, which I always say worry about the wind and hail because, you know, I think there's like 1 out of every 1,000 supercell thunderstorms produce a tornado. So I always say worry about the wind and hail, but there is a big significant threat for tornadoes tomorrow in the Dixie Alley area. So once again, if you're in the Rolla area, you're up on deck to possibly get this tornado. So if you know anybody there, make sure you get a hold of them and let them know. This is just going to skirt to the south east of St. Robert. So Rolla, you're the next big city, but don't want to forget my friends over here in Doolittle and Newburgh. This is going to be close enough for you that if you're watching this, please get in your safe space now. Also, St. James, if this does get extended, this is heading in your direction. Good news, if my friend from Bowling Green is still here, this is back to a radar indicated threat now. So back off the ground, quick spin up, and then lifted. So good news if you're in the greater Bowling Green area. But right now you do have a severe thunderstorm warning, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind. So excuse me. It does appear right now, this stuff. Hattiesburg. Now, I do know where that's at. At least I thought I did. Haha, there it is. I just didn't go far enough south. Hattiesburg, you're in an enhanced risk. I think, let's see here. You're just outside the 15% hatched risk for tornadoes this evening. All that to say, this is going to be a nocturnal event. This is going to be into tomorrow morning. So, I mean, if you have a way to get alerts that are going to wake you up, I mean, yeah, go to sleep. But if you're one of those people like my wife over here who sleeps like the dead, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those, you're kind of in that 50-50 situation, but it's going to be mostly a wind and hail event for you guys with the possibility of a tornado. I was showing the bad part for
above it.
Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Let's see here. I mean, you got some strong winds just to your west. Good time to come in and ask. Literally one county over. 70-mile-an-hour winds, and the hail threat's kind of low for you guys, but damaging winds. So if you're outside, get into a sturdy structure, let these storms pass. And once I think this line goes through here for Iowa, I think it's going to be quiet for the rest of the night for you guys. There's nothing really building up back to your west here that is severe in nature at all.
So this one had this question: is it going to be bad for tomorrow?
100%. Gray, I would be way more worried about And I'm not trying to scare you, I promise. Anybody I answer this question to, I promise I'm not trying to scare you. Yes, no, I get it. Derecho PTSD. We had one here in Ohio. Maybe 10 years ago? That just destroyed our entire state. So we completely understand what you mean by derecho PTSD. But Hattiesburg, I would definitely, once again, and when I answer these questions, I'm trying not to scare you in the slightest. I'm just letting you know that there is a chance for significant tornadoes with long track damage possible. So, yes, I would try to get 4 or 5 hours of sleep tonight if you can. As long as the rumbles of thunder don't wake you up. But tomorrow, you're gonna have a busy day, severe weather wise. A couple new watches. So let me go back to this really quick. Good news is that tornado tracking near Rolla has been put back to radar indicated with no. Well, let me make sure. Yeah, radar indicated rotation, so they're not saying a radar indicated tornado anymore. We do have this tornado warning up here near Montgomery City as well. So a couple of. Oh, you're very welcome, Crystal. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. If you could give us a like, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Excuse me.
I mean, I'm never going to be one to panic people and tell them to leave, but that's going to be your personal preference. If you're scared of storms, Gray, and you have a place to go, the problem is anywhere else in Mississippi tomorrow. Here, let me just pull this up for you. I'll show you really quick. Day 2. So Hattiesburg is in the high-risk area for tomorrow. I mean, I wouldn't go anywhere like Demopolis or Sylacauga, Tuscaloosa. I wouldn't go anywhere there. Now, even Yazoo City tomorrow is under a moderate risk, so they still have a pretty significant chance to see severe weather. So, I mean, unless you're planning on going to Kentucky tomorrow, maybe, or, I don't know, Arkansas, I would say, it's all going to be up to how you feel. But I'm just telling you, everywhere around you is kind of under the gun tomorrow for severe weather. So, I mean, leaving may not be any better than staying there, if you know what I mean. So that's the problem you're going to face tomorrow. Once again, I'm not trying to panic anybody. I'm just telling you, when you have a high risk day, that is I'm just trying to keep it real with you. I'm not going to try to downplay it for you to make you feel good either. I'm just going to tell you what it is and how it could be. Do you want to update this because we haven't talked about it in a while? Hattiesburg, since you just brought it up, there is a tornado warning, watch off to your west. So it doesn't look like the tornadic threat is going to be big for you tonight, but it is going to include Macomb, Jackson, Yazoo City, Oxford, up into Kentucky.
The last one.
What time tomorrow for Mississippi? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna bring something.
Oh, we're all blind. Phew. Get your sunglasses out.
Whew. Jeez, that is pretty bad.
Phew, gosh.
If there's any other questions about radar in the meantime, please let me know. Regional, we'll go ahead and southeast. I'm going to go down to or Klondike Bar. Severe weather. Where's it at? Moisture. No. Where's it at? Why am I blind today? Here we go.
She said, sorry, I'm being needy. Storm stressed me.
That's okay. You know what? I'm never going to bother me answering these questions. So, let's see here. Oh, let me go to that's the one thing I forgot. Here we go.
You should explain to them what you're doing to process.
So this is a thing called Pivotal Weather. It gives us weather models. And this is how we forecast severe weather for our team. This is the same stuff that National Weather Service, your local. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Your local meteorologist use. It's this, not necessarily Pivotal Weather, but these models are the same thing that they use. So, let's see. It looks like the main threat is going to be somewhere between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. It looks like everything kind of pushes out after that and heads toward. I'm not in a trailer, but I'm in an above ground house. That is safe, a normal house. I will say this much, and once again, I'm trying not to panic people, and I hate to even say this, but some of the storms they're talking about that can happen tomorrow. I'm not saying in your neck of the woods specifically. I'm not saying, what was it, Hattiesburg, correct? I'm not saying Hattiesburg specifically, but in general, some of these storms that can produce tornadoes tomorrow, if you have a friend, a family member, somebody with a shelter or a basement, I would recommend it. Unfortunately, the type of tornadoes they're talking about tomorrow, I'm just going to be real with you, and I'm not trying to panic anybody. I'm just being 100% honest with you. These are the types of storms that sorry, I was reading something.
Yeah.
That being in a house or being in a trailer or not underground or in a shelter could cause loss of life. High risk happen maybe once, twice a year, and a lot of years we don't even see them. So with that being said, if you know somebody that has a storm shelter or a basement, I would recommend seeing if you could just hang out there tomorrow and kind of see what, write it out there. I do want to, while I'm here, I'm going to go back to this really quick. So this is going to be north of Hattiesburg. We're talking about 7 p.m. tonight. Looks like 8 p.m. tonight. Jackson, Mississippi can see some weather. It looks like everything is going to stay off to the north of Hattiesburg and kind of south of you, Kelsey, today. Now, all this passes off to, this is tomorrow morning at 1 a.m. Central Time. Looks like Tupelo North could see a little bit of thunderstorm activity. Nothing really jumping off the page. Birmingham, Tuscaloosa. Let's go into tomorrow. We're at 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time, 9, 10. And right here, this is what concerns me. You see all these are called pop-up thunderstorms, which means it's not along a line. There's nothing to draw energy out of these. That's starting at 10, and that's going to last in Mississippi until about, well, Hattiesburg is going to be 7. It looks like it clears out of your area, Kelsey, at about maybe 5, 6. So, and then everything pushes off into Alabama, but you can see at 6, oops, let me go back. 6 p.m., stuff still lingering around Hattiesburg. And about 8 p.m., everything's going to get out of there. Gray, that's something I can't predict. Mother Nature is so unpredictable. I can tell you that there's a chance for tornadic activity. I cannot tell you if it's going to be an EF0 or an EF5. Unfortunately, I don't have the capability to answer that question. Michigan should be good the next couple days. I get a couple cracks of thunder like we are here in Ohio, but I'll run this for you really quick and then we'll go back to radar. But just some basic rain. I mean, a couple of thunderstorms, but nothing that's going to be severe. Like I said, a few cracks of thunder, a few bolts of lightning. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. you might get a little line that has some wind associated with it, but nothing like we're going to see in the south the next couple days. So that's what I'm kind of seeing in Michigan. It looks like that line is going to be, back to northern Ohio up through and near Saginaw. So, kind of the target area for all of that. But once again, nothing too terrible. Just some run-of-the-mill thunderstorms and rain tomorrow for Michigan. All right, let's get back to radar here really quick. I don't know what I just opened on my computer, but
Detroit.
Detroit, you should be good. It looks like everything is going to stay off to your west. So, go Lions, by the way. I did
No deadly stuff.
in Michigan.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Do you still have that one tornado warning near Rolla? Let me go back to our reflectivity here. That storm near Montgomery City still kind of holding together. So, Bowling Green, this may hit you. Right now, St. Louis. You know what? I forgot I have this tool on my radar. How dumb am I?
Hey, Kelsey, how many people is it showing you currently watching right now?
Hold on. Let me find out how fast this is moving here. Rolla, that's moving at 65 miles an hour. Okay. So I can do this. Look at me being smart. Wow. We'll drag it out to there. 65 miles an hour. And we're looking for St. Louis. We got about an hour and a half before this hits St. Louis. So anybody that was on here earlier asking about St. Louis, you got about an hour and a half. As long as all this holds together, which there's no reason it shouldn't, 90 minutes until downtown St. Louis. So if you're east-west of that, if you know you're 10 minutes west of St. Louis, southwest of St. Louis, take 10 minutes off of it, But just a general, this is what's happening in the greater St. Louis area, 90 minutes until it's on your doorstep. Do want to zoom out so everybody can see the current watches. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, all the way up to Quincy. I believe that's Missouri still. With all that stuff, it's hard to tell. But yes, I believe that's Missouri. We have watches in every single one of those areas. So watches just means conditions are favorable for the development of supercell thunderstorms that may produce a tornado. So I'm just going to hold here for a minute. If we have any questions, feel free to ask. If you're new here, if you could give us a like or subscribe on YouTube and follow on TikTok. Yeah, I think that's it.
And then when we're done tonight, you can go find us on Facebook, Twitter, or X, whichever one you prefer calling it, and Instagram.
Looking at this storm here near Montgomery City, there still is a pretty significant area of rotation. Nothing that's going to scream tornado, but damaging winds are going to definitely be prevalent along the line here. North and east of Montgomery City, and that's all tracking northeast that way. So does appear that there's 7 minutes. We'll see if they reissue this thunder or tornado warning. We got 21 minutes left on this one. Even though they're not reporting a tornado on the ground, one thing I want to make sure everybody's aware of is 2.5-inch hail. That's tennis ball size hail tracking toward Rolla right now. So if you're in Rolla and you're outside, please get inside before you get hit with tennis ball sized hail. I don't know if you've ever been hit by a tennis ball before, but it doesn't feel good. So Matt to Al. Who? just wanted to let you know that we have had a lot of people popping in and out of our TikTok. So did want you to know that been a lot of questions about tonight and tomorrow, and there is a great chance that we'll be live tomorrow. So make sure we let everybody know.
This is what I'm having you look at up there.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you guys for all the likes, the gifts. I heard we got a finger heart, a couple tiny dinies, some heart me's, which the heart me's are great. That means that you guys like what we're doing and you're going to come back. If that's the case, we greatly appreciate that. For right now, kind of at a holding pattern. So if anybody has any questions about tomorrow, later tonight, into tomorrow morning, whatever the case may be.
You go to Woodland.
Woodland, Missouri.
A gift. It said Woodland.
Oh, Woodland Wonder. I've never seen that. Awesome. Thank you. I don't know who it was. It popped up, went away before I could see it. But thank.
Kelsey.
Oh, thank you, Kelsey. We'll be as live as much as we can tonight. I'm so sorry you had to see my ugly face, but I have to stretch my leg. This chair is not comfortable. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll use all the gifts to buy a